How they live in luxury while our African people, them suffer us. How you strategize all your lives, it's our blood, sweat and tears that built your empire. The system was designed for I and I to never rise, only bleed to fulfill your desires. I was born with both hands on my heart from Mama Africa.
The time for liberation, Mama Africa awaits a revolution. This is the time for meditation. Free up your mind from the lies and illusions. This is the time for liberation. Come make we stand up and start a revolution. In these are times of elevation. Have you keep your head above all pollution. Revolution in the air. My people prepare. No more African children. Not to shed no tear. Full time be aware. Babylon no sincere after all. Who are send the guns them out here? Spiritual warfare. They may rage on the people like they don't care. The world we live in is unfair. Yet a victim mentality won't take us nowhere.
How do you see yourself here?
Well, I see myself as a man still, what was trodden from that time still, as a prophet still, what my father come forward, come make know self naturally know, start with a creational prophet still.
How do you become a prophet here?
Well, I was anointed by the Honorable Prince Emmanuel Charles Edward as a prophet. So that was a standard foundation for and I still priest and prophet after the order because God in three persons, the Blessed Trinity, the prophet, priest and the king. So without the prophet there wouldn't be no vision. So that's why I come to be anointed as a prophet now. Because I have to go out still for really declare of man glory and things like that for really for show forth the light still as you could have see the light for really know that I Father is here. So I give thanks still to really be a prophet still after the man and have really come have that divine honor still because out in the world here Babylon nobody even show that. So we are priest and prophet. You understand, and the man come declare that and make you know that I find myself.
So is it something about this place that gives you a sense of belonging? Is that what it is?
Naturally bring you naturally forward to your creational liberty. It brings forward your remembrance of even when you keep in the Sabbath, bring forward all of those things that you have really passed through forward, bring forward that to your remembrance, to you really see forward the divine liberty, what you usually live, but what I and I were living to. For this liberty is not a liberty that I and I just come and take up now. It was a divine liberty from that time till this time I and I were living. But the man come forward, no come bring forward all of the remembrance, you know, to I and I, you know, if we see ourselves naturally, you know, that we are from creation.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure, my Lord.
Okay.
Blessed love, you're tuned in to the African Liberation Network. And today we have an esteemed guest with us. This brethren was a crown priest of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress and was sent on a mission to Ethiopia by Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, along with a delegation, but is the last remaining member of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress on the grounds in Shashamane, Ethiopia. His name is Beriso Babo, otherwise known as Honorable Priest Paul. Honorable Priest, how is the eye?
Well, for and foremost, I'm a Siganalo, which give thanks, Wakabuacha, meaning give thanks to the black God in flesh, who preserve and keep an eye over the years and the days and the months, you know. Yeah, and I give thanks, you know, give thanks. Yeah.
Yes, King, give thanks. So, yes, we're happy to have the eye on the show today. Really looking forward to hear what your story, and you know, it's been a long time since the eye was sent to Ethiopia. It was 1992, am I right?
92.
Yes, so 28 years and counting still on the grounds, you know, that says a lot, you know. So I would love if I could just clarify and bring everyone up to speed as, you know, what was the original mission that the eye was sent to Ethiopia on by King Emmanuel?
My lord, And foremost, give thanks to and the Daniel who reached out to him and say, to build this bridge against, until we break the ice, But far and foremost, I'd like to say, Baga Nega Bistani, Unda, Nega, Kisa, yeah, Awasa. Welcome, everyone within the human community. And Baga Nega Kabajamo, Umata Saba, Galatuma, Jalala, Negenya, meaning excellent people and nations. Give thanks to love, peace and love to everyone. Rastafari.
My Lord.
Yeah, well, the original mission that I was sent on was to have dialogue with the relevant authority of Ethiopia and also build relationship with Ethiopians so as to establish the EABIC Church Association. And that was the main agenda of the mission. I have in dialogue with the Ethiopian relevant authority. So in 1992, after we really made that move, and delegation comprised of 9 virgin and two youth, which was the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles the son and Iman's son. And we need great inroad because even today one of the virgin who was on the mission, them in a Nairobi right now, and he call Iman today to really congratulate Iman to, the achievements that I have made over the years, So give thanks, to know that although the delegation was moving along still, men egoistic motives come along the way there now and coming like it derail the program because we're not listening to each other or taking advice from each other, so we could have really move along more strongly, So in light I believe the setback still, the delegation the pull up still. But we have made great strides still because we get the land document as the Virgin today was saying to her, and still have them documents there to show so well then the authority to give the land to say well we could have really established a church and other infrastructures. But again, as we said, because of the not listening to each other, but leaning upon our own misunderstanding, it creates a backlash among ourselves still. So give thanks and merciful kindness, Wakaguyacha merciful kindness, in preserve Iman to be still. Rastafari.
Yes, I bless the love. Give thanks. So, in short, because really the purpose of the interview is really not to dwell too long on the history, but just so one know so they can follow along and understand the dynamics of your experience in Ethiopia. Can you just briefly summarize what events led to the other delegates leaving Ethiopia and the I remaining in Ethiopia?
Well, there was a little difference with the administration, not following to certain rules or regulation that was set. And in light of that, because of the visa problem, that's where the problem arises amongst we. Misunderstanding again the rise amongst you, because the authority was always telling us from that time that why we don't go to Shashamane to establish ourselves, because Shashamane is our home. And going to Shashamane, we should go and work with the local authority, the grassroots. And then it could come back to them. But lack of farsightedness within that movement, so they create that kind of vibe, they create that kind of up there, where no one never really look on that, So that's where the whole problem arises, that many of the virgin them end up to leave, and merciful kindness in preserve I man still, that I could have continued, because even when the mission was pulling up still, I man remember I man get a speech from an elder woman, where the Majesty was saying that if be resolute in ourselves, whatever may face with failure come, we must not give up and to idleness. For idleness it shall be accursed away, but we must try again if failure comes. And that was a message to I. I do maybe a pull-up still, but I and I to just continue on the road of righteousness still. That's the fire.
Yes, my Lord. And so in that period of time that you've been there, in the 28 years that the eye has been on the grounds there, we noticed that the eye's name is different now. You went to Ethiopia known as Priest Paul, and now you have a name, Beriso Babo. Can you explain the meaning of the name and the process, what it took for you to be given a name?
Thanks again. Coming in the early 70s, did anticipate the name change. Because used to follow up the Orthodox Church with it based in a Maxine Park in them days. So I'm on the day that you could have baptized and get name. But like a 5-month studying, I'm on the door. The writing a book because I'm an established book still about our mission. And in light of really doing some studying and writing and things, I'm an end up come across this 16th century Oromo civilization and Ethiopian history book. It tells about the Cushite nation. And the Cushite nation who identify themselves as part of that is the Oromo people. So, it kind of stimulates man still after really, going through the book and really analyzing, from even Genesis 10, they tell you about the father of Cush, and Cush the father of Nimrod. It stimulates man. We realize that this culture is not really strange because it was in similarity to King Emmanuel philosophy. Black supremacy and giving identity to the Trinity. And it's the same philosophy of the Oromo Cushite nation. They believe also in the Trinity, and giving authority to the black nation. So going through this book and seeing this kind of history and thing, as we say, it kind of stimulates Iman still to say, well then, this is not strange because this is where Iman stands for also, not discriminating against any nation or whatever, but showing the supremacy of I and I self and I and I race, So it stimulates Iman in a way that Iman decides to say, well then, more going to find them elders here. And if it's possible, Iman to find them in a Arar, the birthplace where the Majesty birth. And these people now, where them call the Itu Babo, them call them the Itu Babo, which after explanation to Iman, the elders, the Mashua, so then it's 2 tribes all of them left out of Ethiopia and going at the west and the never to them return. The Itu Babo, and Ambo, tribe, leave out. And then never see them try to come back. So if Iman, as part of the Bobo tribe, come and I declare this to them, they have to accept it. Although them is Muslim, which them could have rejected Iman as they really did say in the early part, so then them oppose the Majesty still, but really accept I. That was the significance of it still. To see them accept Iman and accept and then never even query or discriminate against Iman about Iman a Rasta or whatever. They accept the fullness of Iman come forward with a foundational history with them know. And from there on, that's how when people Iman this name and they know the elders, the Abagada them call them still, which are them man they clarify and try to straighten up things when conflict arise in the country. And I then give Iman that this name Beriso Babo, which meaning the early morning rise, before the sun. Beriso means the early morning before the sunrise. You know, which means it's a man because this is the reality of I man to my man. They're not the whole camp yard. You know, we did our foot from the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I moved to the whole camp yard, doing the duty till dawn. You know, so when I give my man this name, it was really something to write really I said about this. You know, this is nothing strange because it's a part of I man manifestation, I man duty. You know, and when we even check back even Daniel name was Belshazzar. You know, meaning royal advisor. You see, so it's not nothing new to say, well, then, yes, you get a name where one's a dispute to say, well, then, why, yeah, I'm on the join with a Oromo, and me have a Oromo name, and it's a nice route to find. It's a nice route to find. And many, when we don't in the West, we are saying, well, then we are Ethiopian and we have Ethiopian name. But when we come here, then we know a different thing. Missing the fellow regional system, them are display amongst themselves. We are Jamaican, we are American, we are England, same way. This is the thing when you see them still a dispute here.
Yes, I.
So for me, me never make a mistake, and I just really inspire Iman and stimulate Iman to really make this job, so I could find my root and my identity, my lad. You know?
Yes, King. Give thanks. And so, I had this question arise in my head as you were reasoning. So, because the I is a Bobo, is the reason why the Oromo people could identify with the connection of the history where they said the Itu Babo people they left Ethiopia to the west and never came back. So is that the reason why they were so willing to accept the I? You know, once you reason with the elders, it's because the I is
exactly, my lad.
Wow.
Exactly, because I'm on present myself as a Bobo family, that is a Bobo family in Jamaica, and I'm a representative of them here in Ethiopia. You know, I'm coming across this ancient history because we will show them the history book also. To show and I'm on write it. It's coming from a university standpoint, the book. You see, so when I present myself as that, now I'm present the Itu Babo to them, but now then them start to open up to show I'm on them now around the world fullness. Yes, so I man come now and I declare myself as Bobo family, and really come reach out to them to really find, to really acceptance and find the truth of what really I want them have to do, because this is the reality of the Abagada. Whoever you is, and you did accept and you did see a reality of yourself, then it is their duty to accept you and consolidate you within the fold. Like in 1991 in Nigeria, the president of Nigeria at that time, Babangida, he did make a statement that anyone who can find that them root of where them coming from, then the Nigerian authority and government will facilitate them resettlement in the country, my lad.
Yes, sir.
You know? So this is a fulfillment of what really took place with the I-Man and I-Man movement still. But it's just the ignorance and farsightedness of I celebrating and teaching them. Make it look like several them are some folly I-Man they are keep up and misleading the people. But in reality, I-Man never come to us as me really did earlier and say as the people and I come to Ethiopia to build a relationship with them so as we could have established a church and establish a foothold in Ethiopia as the people would want. You know? Yes. Because when I look at it right now, even among ourselves, there's no brotherhood. So for me, to hear one that the matter about church and way, about them among ourselves, we don't have no brotherhood. We don't have spiritual love among ourselves. Oh, we have an established church. Who have a preached to? And we live with it. When we look for a manifestation among ourselves, it's so, you know, Yes, so we need to build back this brotherhood so we could have really speak to people. Because whoever listen to it, when you look at our way of life, You know, so this is the reality of it, my lord. My name of changing, you know, and accept it. Because, you know, it's not a mistake.
No.
My lord.
Yes, and you know, in reality, when it comes to, like, say, royal families and things, it's very common practice in a lot of parts of the world, from what I've read and understand, that, you know, like, say, a king will have his daughter marry a prince from a different set of people to create a better relationship with the people. So the I becoming accepted by the Oromo people, which, you know, as you kind of mentioned, the Oromo people generally, from what we know here, don't really love His Majesty like that and kind of have a bad perception of him. But the I being a Rastafari and making that bridge with those people can, you know, and your character as well, you know, not just the name, but your character as well will create a bridge that others behind you will be able to cross. So, you know, we really should, you know, honor the I for being a trailblazer in that way and creating a path for other ones to come and follow, and, you know, so yes, good thanks. And so once
just a little clarity still. Mm-hmm. It's not that these people is against the Majesty, you know, because the Majesty lineage is from the Oromo also, you know. The Majesty birth in Oromo Providence, my lord. You know, it's just political issues. Political, you know, make this media misinformation really going on. But it's not everyone is against the Majesty, my lord. It's just a political misunderstanding going through about the Majesty and the Oromo. Because the Majesty is Kushiteka also, you know. It's just as we say, well then, due to the fact when he took over, it was a feud going on. Yeah? A political feud going on. So it's like in take the reign, you know, in the heights of this political feud. Just like what really are reach man, and then, you know, the slandering and the propaganda where the ones are really are built up against I. It's the same thing. But nonetheless, there are people here because see the Prime Minister make a park right now in the palace, my lord. Yeah? And honor the king. You know? So as we say, it's just a political feud really going on still where you hear them really are. Yeah? But once they are them highly respect the king of things, my lord.
Give thanks. That's definitely much needed clearance, you know, so we don't go on with misunderstanding, you know. So, you know, again, you know, I want to really hone in on the I's experience as far as, you know, being accepted by the Oromo people, and what does that really look like in your everyday life? I mean, like, do you eat with them and drink with them? Do you have, you know, social gatherings and things? Like, what does it mean to be a part of the Oromo society?
It's an honor, my lord. It's great honor, you know, because first and foremost is work. And the work that Iman was doing really them endorse Iman within the society, my lord. Because in 2002, that's where Iman really, the works really developed with Iman and them. Yeah, since Iman get the piece of land in 1998, and ones start to come forward because of the message Iman really let out. You know, the then Cavalier, the Farmers Association, which was governed by the local administration, they were the ones who returned back them land to I and I still, you know, in compensating to liquor the crop and things like that thing. And so from there on, I built a relationship with them. So in 2002, 2003, they had a school in a local elementary school in the local region. And them carry man and show man the school what we could have done. And from there on, it's like, I say, yes, you know, I man will see where I man could have do. And God bless, you know, two people from, one from America and one from Canada as ambassador, they came here. And I took them to the school to and show them that, you know, but however, them take me to the embassy, the Canadian embassy, and yes, she was negotiating to settle them, to fund to help build the school, but unfortunately, it never really happened. But a virgin, you know, from California reach out to I and thing, and I man just show him a picture, and yeah, organize a swim to I man really, and this is how everything started to put in place. And I man run water, stand pipe to help out the local people and things like that. So the whole thing started from there. Yeah? I'm an acceptance. So from there on, you know, them declared, you know, any Ras where come in the village where we live in, and then they come through Iman, then they're not in a problem. Because them see Iman as the legal representative to the Rastafarian community. So this is where the whole thing ignite from. And yes, if it good, Iman could have sit with them, you know, because in 2005, the first political party conference they have. I and I met with the sole individual from the community. They invited to this conference, a 3-day conference in a Shashaman in lockdown the whole city. A security control the whole city to the 3 days. You know?
Yes, I.
So all of this now being even more closer interaction with I and I still. The president of the region come there because I'm here with the visiting office to make some complaint about what was really happening with the community, because we never had a good relationship. When I come, it's like there wasn't a good relationship with the people. It was before with the authority. And the president said to us that what he would advise us after listening to people is that we should find a mechanism, a way to reach out to the authority to work alongside with them so as to resolve the problem. And this was part of the initiative to make Iman now start making road to really reach out to them. So when he came back to the conference and see that I was even presented among them in them conference, he was really excited to really see me. Yeah, he came proud of me, and he gives thanks to see what me really done to really reach even the stage I man reach. You know? So it works make them accept Iman, my lad, and then she say Iman wasn't a false man. Iman was a real man, because whatever I said to them, I try to fulfill it.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes,
yeah. My lad.
So you learn the language. What's the language is called? What?
The language is it's Oromo, as you mentioned earlier on. The 2 words a while ago, welcoming
yes.
Everyone within the human community. You know, it's excellent, my lad. I love the language.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, you know, it really, I'm trying to help myself and the listeners to get a clear overstanding of what successful repatriation can really look like for not only the repatriate, but the community that the African who's coming home. Like, you know, how is it beneficial for both sides? That's what we really need to understand, because, you know, the situation in Shashamani that we recently heard about after they killed the singer, I can't think of his name at the moment, but Achula.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. There was,
coming home. Coming home, we have a miss. Huh?
I was just wanting to finish. I was saying that there was an uprising from the Oromo people, and what I heard on this side is that a lot of the buildings that the Jamaican and other nationality repatriates had established had gotten some of them maybe burned or destroyed in some other ways, and so apparently that relationship wasn't beneficial on both sides. So we want to be able to come to Africa in a way that we're going to be received well and feel safe, and comfortable. But, what do we have to do in order to gain the trust of the people and to gain their respect so that they don't look at us as outsiders and that so we become African again and not Jamaicans in Africa or Americans in Africa or whatever, so-called nationality we come with. How do we come and be Africans, That's what I want the people and myself to really understand from the eyes perspective and experience.
So the experience over the years, as you say, my lad, from day one we came here, the federal administration always told us that we should go to Shashamane, work with the grassroots, and then working from the grassroots, we can come back to them. Now, this is part of repatriating coming here. You never come here to get to live by yourself. And this is what we find within the Rasta community philosophy. It's like we just come to really live amongst ourselves and separate ourselves from the people, which to me is not everyone still, but this is the majority of the so-called mindset of where I'm on here. Now, over the years, as we really tell you the inroad we make, I man try to reach out to the people and still hear many ones, they still have that on them agenda, because they look down at the people, them curse the people, So, in life, I really happened the other day with the singer. It's a political motivation again. Yeah? So, it was like an overthrow thing. Because of the virgin we get through. Yeah? It was a premeditated issue where they go on. So from the virgin get killed, you have a virgin that you know where they come from America, where he's a nationalist because in did a spark the fire from even the previous government time from him was in America. About the same tribe thing. So since he came back now, the Prime Minister reached out to all the opposition groups and to them to come in back since they love Ethiopia to try to build Ethiopia and we have a one understanding among everyone. So this is the man, this is where the real thing starts from. This man as opposition and discard in the country. So from this virgin get killed. It's like this is the stepping stone now when try to use now to really create an animosity now within the whole thing. But it never did work. I know not only Shashamane, it really affects him to say, well, then it will get burned. You have other parts of the country where investment and things like that get burned. And it's just one person from the diaspora materialistic get damaged. It's not the whole community. Okay. In the town you find mostly Ethiopian infrastructure get burned and destroyed. And it's just this one individual in the community whose property was burned and looted still, and and it is so much different misinformation was going out still. So this is it. But coming to Africa, my lad, we can't say we are coming to Africa because if we would have worked together, as we speak about the brotherhood, my lad, if we were working together as a people, we are trying to Africa from day one and still doing it. If we were collectively working together, my lad, to really say, well, then to get recognition, the door would have swing open for us already. The door would swing open for us already, but then everyone just depend on individual charter, speaking about Africa, speaking about himself, but then collectively, we're not doing nothing. We're not building a factory in Africa, my lad. Collectively, as Rastafarian, we not do that. We not do nothing like them things there. And this is the thing where if you other nations of people coming to Africa and them doing. And the government recognize that. I'm on doing it on a little small level, on a small scale, and then recognize me and give recognition to I'm on to really. I'm on, it's so much better. So speaking about repatriating and coming to Africa and things like that, we need to collectively do it, my lad. We need to come together as a people, coming individually. Yes, it can work. It can work, but we need to do it collectively still, work together for a better achievement, a bigger goal.
Yes, sir.
We not just come and build a house. We not just come and build a house in myself and yeah, that's it. And yeah, it's like I fulfill the goal because I build a house and build a wall around the house and poor people live around me. No, it's not gonna work.
Right.
It's not gonna work for my lad.
Judging from the Liberia, I want to say experiment, but the situation in Liberia where you have American, black people coming with a sort of like a privileged mentality and even behavior where, we want to be separate from the local people and feel like we're better. And not only that, but like you said, if you build a house and put a wall around it and the people around you who lived there for, centuries and however long, you come there and you're able to build and they've been living there for however long and haven't been able to build in the same capacity as you, it's going to create resentment. So, the mentality that we come with shouldn't be, as you said, to want to stay in one corner and not integrate with the people. So, I think that the I's experience is exemplary in the sense of, you say you came there and you helped them to establish drinking water, and some other different projects, so they respect you and they see that you're an asset to the community as opposed to somebody who's separate or a liability or anything like that. So that's, that's good. It's things that we all should take heed to if repatriation is something that we are aspiring to, and the unity aspect of it. We are working on a project called the African Rastafari New Faculty of Overstanding, which, unity is one of the major things that holds Rastafari back, whether it be within a mansion or within the whole movement itself. We still have arguments about who has the banner the right way and, is King Emmanuel divine and all, religious kind of petty things that really have no impact on repatriation or the major goals that we have set for ourselves. And those things keep us from making that solidarity to be able to create factories and things like that, because most of us don't have it individually to do something like that. So, it's a major stumbling block that we have to move, and I mean, I don't know if the I has any advice to ones in the West of how we can get over those stumbling blocks, because, that's something we really need to address.
Well, my brother, this thanks again still, for the I take time out to really reach out to I to really get a more clarity of understanding of what's happening on this side of Jordan, because some of us, we have been misled about Africa, Yeah, and since I'm coming here and being 28 years old, 29 now, Mr. Say is work, as the Prince always was saying, And so when you come to Africa, maybe only India, but not in Africa, but every man has to find themselves doing something in Africa, And as we said, this is what really lacking among ourselves. We need a collectiveness. Yes, mistrust me really go on over the years because maybe money, maybe this or whatever, and it not really maybe go in the right way or whatever. But we need really knowing that okay, we try something and it never works. So we could try again. Because the Majesty say unity is the foundation on which we all should really build. We all should really stand. You know what I mean? And no man stand alone. Each man needs him brother. So, we need each other. So, if we find some mistrust with one, let us still be there, and we still could really continue to really find them. Because I know everyone have mistrust in them. Some people are genuine to the work. But it's true, the mistrust when really go on, and it's like we give up on the whole thing to say them. No, but we need that. So, my advice right now to my fellow brethren and sisters in the diaspora community right now, we are speak of repatriation, not only by word but by deeds. We need to fulfill it by deeds because Africa awaits its creator and its creation, and who is its creation? Is I and I. Because just like how we got fresh and put on clean clothes and things like that to really cover our nakedness. So the land need development, the land need clothes, as the Majesty said. When God gives man land, he never gives it to you, so you misuse it. So when you misuse it, you have to lose it. Because you you're misusing it. So we supposed to understand now that people were going to slavery then and learn and get certain knowledge then. To do so well then, if you have one stick, you can easily break it. If you have two sticks, well, you have put on a little more pressure. You have three, and more pressure. So if you have 10 sticks together, and more pressure, it will put on with difficulty to break the stick. So we need a collectiveness, for me that Africa needs Africa awaits its creation and its creator as the Majesty declared. And there is work for us to do here, because the Majesty says to build a community. We need the international community support also to really establish a community. Now look how much years the Father granted this land in Shashamane. And we never really make use of it, my brother. The people never make use of it. When I came here, the land was in the Farmers Association, and here partially it was already taken away from the diaspora. You have people who sit down for how much kilometer of land. And never think to cut off one little square right to give them tell their drain or them tell us history. Till finally them lose all of these things. It's the mercy and the love of Jah who make I claim, who bring I in the whole thing, retrieve back a little portion of it. And people take it and them down, them will see me and talk about them have land in a Shashamane and all of these things, but still they do nothing. So we need collectiveness now. We need a different mentality of how we move forward now. Yes, we forgive, because if I'm done anyone any injury as them claims, I'm an ask pardon still because it's not I'm an intention to really hurt no one or injure no one. But me have to safeguard my life right now because in 2002 never did you fall down here. The many one know the reality of it still. But it's to the land also and money while in losing life. You see? So I man need to safeguard myself. I have fight with people who I man say me I represent. When I mean I know good, I just use them and use I to just them personal benefit. And I have fight with the native people then, on behalf of them, which them never mean I know good. But somewhere along the line, the spirit of God show me, if you draw a line now and let go this thing and because me have been enemy amongst the people them who have such great respect for me, when the people them who me claim me or defend them, no respect for me. Because me a brother.
Yeah.
You see me? So we need it collectively now, and I'm not in the turn down radar, the up radar, whatever right now. We are looking at a more maturity of understanding as me show the building to be to achieve the goal. Yes, we know hear about all of these things or whatever. The goal we want to achieve now is to build the human community, to build the human race now. The passage of time will embark upon the truth. Yeah, but in working together, only if we achieve a goal, then let us work together.
Yes, my Lord. So that's the key, unity and love, unity within love, with love. Because unity without it is only going to cause problems again. So, that's the message that I'm getting from the reasoning, that you're sharing. I don't know if there's anything else, that you have on your heart that you want to share with the world, the audience, the global audience, because this is going to be on the internet, so anybody from anywhere can listen. If there's anything that I want to say to anybody who's thinking about repatriating, or any Bobo out there who has any feelings, or, whatever it is on the iHeart, clear the floor is yours, and to say whatever you have to say before we conclude.
Well, give thanks again, my lad. And may the good Lord have strength the eye to continue what the eye set out to do, But as Marcus Garvey said, when him analyze, it's not just maybe government was against him, but his own people, was against him, and they were the most wickedest one who really fighting so much. And this is where I really see really happening among I and myself. I'm on there and establish myself in a Shashamane and in a Ethiopia, which it wasn't the Congress agenda to come to Shashamane and to make it possible that I will end up in a Shashamane to safeguard myself again, because the authority was telling I that from day one, and come to Shashamane to establish yourself, and my fellow brethren then come and work together to really establish yourself, and individuals come same way, and instead of working together with I really as a I'm a professional myself to be a leader, to be several them, but in say respect who you cover us with. And Mr. said the man them come, and them want have them own way and do them own thing. And because of maybe the sternness of where I stand for. Because them say the man, the priest, whatever, but the priest is still within I have to live within with that discipline, and that integrity, so that the reflection of the priest could have still shine in a way to show to them then, yes, the priest there, although in physically when you not feel, but see a man there, we are really live within the priestical order, within the priest's footsteps. So this is the fullness of where I see, and because I've made them a fellow bridging them who said they need the Congress member or whatever, not really speak out against the negativity things or whatever. This thing for long, But for me, we give thanks to Justin, who preserve I still that I could achieve, because all maybe I speak negative things or slandering I what achievement have gained in the Rasta movement so as to make a difference within it, So give thanks again still, for the I reach out to I, to take the time to reach out to I to get a more clear and an understanding. And a few hours now, but really, we fulfill everything still. So when you maybe not here today, you here can another be still, But this time still, and I'm still looking forward to see the spirit, the fraternity of brotherhood, because that was the work of Christ, to build the brotherhood. As me say again, if I'm done any injury to no one, I'm an ask pardon, because that wasn't my intention to do no one, not wrong, or injure no one. And as Christ should say, forgive them, Lord, because they know not what they have done. That's what we should really practice among ourselves, forgiveness. Yeah, the milk still already, so we forgive you. We look over that now and knowing, so well then, a better understanding now how to approach things now, so now we can have more fruitfulness in the future, because I and I, we want to grow as a fruitful tree so that one could have really taste of even the fruits we are based from the tree. You see? More than we are opposed, we hear things and we may not have an understanding of African, we just start fire and all of these things. We need a better understanding now in the movement. So too much ignorance and derogative kind of attitude among the Rastafarian movements now, my lad. We need to change the behavior now, change the tactics now. We say we never carry I and I say we never bear no fruit from it. So in this 21st century now, we'll continue that same way? No. You're supposed to change the attitude now. Yes, we are fireman, we are fire whatever we want to call yourselves still, but we are using a more flexibility of understanding now, so we can achieve a goal now.
Yes, you have to look to His Majesty, because while Rastafari, we say we deal with fire and things, His Majesty wasn't always fiery, and He had compassion and mercy, and all of those elements is not just burn this and burn that. So
Right.
For that word, my Lord, more unity, collective security, all of these things that we say, we those are our values, and that we hold high as ways of being as a man or as a woman. We say it, but in reality, a lot of times our actions don't match what we say. So we pray that we can get our heads and hearts in unity and work together more to fulfill the repatriation that we have been, speaking about since, Marcus Garvey, and even before Marcus Garvey. All the Africans that came to the Americas as captives wanted to go back home. So, we pray for that spirit to come amongst our people again and bring us home to be a benefit to Africa and to the world, So, my Lord, Honorable Priest Paul Beriso Babo, we give thanks for the eye time and, the eye sharing, the eye experience, for the benefit of all those who aspire to do similar works and to make that move across the ocean and come to our homeland, is hopefully this conversation and reasoning will be beneficial to all those listening. And, my Lord, again, I give thanks for the eye sharing, and we look forward to doing it again. We can't cover everything in one interview, but we did cover some good grounds, and we little bit by little bit, we'll get the information out there so that the people can take it in, and hopefully it'll make an impact in our lives, So, my Lord, give thanks again, and until we link again. Blessed love. And all the listeners, blessed loves and thanks for tuning in.
Rastafari. One perfect love, my Lord. Galakima.
Blessed.
My Lord. Issue.
Chant down Babylon, no. Chant down